the discussion board work?
Okay. The discussion board in here oftentimes confuses students. It's not that big a deal. It's pretty simple once you get the idea. When the discussion board opens, like discussion board 1 that opened up on Monday, you have that first week to do your first post. Okay? The discussion board will start with kind of a general statement, and then there'll be 3 options that you can post to. You only have to pick one of them the first week, and make a fairly substantial post, maybe 100, 200 words, something like that. Answer the questions. You won't be able to see those that week. Okay? On Sunday, I'll read them, and then I'll open up the board, and your post, along with all the other students in class who posted, their posts will come up, and there'll be some under all 3 options, almost always. That next week, then, you go back and you need to make at least 2 more posts. Now, 3 is the minimum. Do as many as you want or as many as you can. And all the posts have to total 500 words. You don't have to do posts to the same option that you chose the first time. You can pick either one of the other 2. You can respond to other people's, and that counts. Or you can write an original post yourself on one of the other questions. Now, you can go back and follow up with your own stuff and say, there's something else I'd like to add to what I posted earlier. And you can post to other people's. What you don't want to do is post those second and third times and just say something like, I really agree with what you just said, I can't add anything to it. The point of the discussion is to keep the discussion going. So, as you read through the other people's posts, and when you respond to it, say something like, this is a really good post, I think you make an interesting point on this, but when I read the document, I read it a little bit differently. Can you explain to me why you came up with that? And always make specific references to the documents. Be sure to point out, this is where I saw this. If it was in the textbook, or if it's in the primary sources, or whatever, so people know what you're talking about, and they can go back and look at what you're doing as well. If you go to another website, provide the link to the website so that people can see what you're talking about. But when you get done, you'll have 2 weeks to do the discussion boards. During the first week, you need to do at least 1 post. That has to be in by Sunday evening. And then the second week, you have to do at least 2 more. Now remember, those are minimums, so you should do 3, 4, 5, 6, as many as you can do, and 500 words. And again, that's a minimum, so don't feel like, okay, I made it to 500, it's all done. It's not as much as you might think. That's 500 words is about 2 pages of double-spaced type. It's not really a whole lot. But if you look at the schedule that I emailed you last night, several students asked for this, what it's got, and really you have to remember Monday to Monday most of the time. Discussion boards will be available on Monday and will run for 2 weeks. Then you have to remember that Sunday at the end of the first week, your first post has to be done, and then by Monday evening of the second week, you have to have the other posts in.
Is it a certain time by Sunday that has to be?
Just during Sunday, so if you get it in right before midnight, don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last minute on Sunday, and then don't wait until 9:50 on Monday evening when the board is closing. It is a discussion, so you want to be able to let other people read your stuff and respond to it, and you want to get in early enough that you can respond to them, and there's a chance that they'll read it also. Okay?
Thanks.
Great.